keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
Well, hello everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is a big one. It's important. I know financial investors, people in finance, this stuff's pertinent, especially when we talk about inflation, investing money. And so every Canadian understands when we talk about inflation, there was a time for America, the United States of America, where they had full control of inflation. How did they do that? It was called the gold standard. What really is inflation? Inflation is the concept of being able to set new terms when you create loan structures. If you increase interest rates, people have to put more money to pay back the original value of something, meaning you're inflating the value of that product as time goes on, meaning you need more money to pay it off. Or they can reduce it to increase inflation, so to speak. There are two opposing forces. That comes from creating paper money systems, okay? So, how does employment factor into that? Well, the Bank of Canada adopted a 2% inflation rate, and they also wanted to tackle employment, meaning, hey, full employment is good, less unemployment. But there's a trick in all of it, ladies and gentlemen. A big, big fat lie completed by obviously Justin Trudeau and his Liberals, and now everybody adopted by one Aaron O'Toole and that low-life degenerate POS, Pierre Poilievre. Now, conservatives that are in my feed here, just wait, just listen. I'm an economist. I went to school, took those finance courses, took all of it, managerial accounting, finished strong in economics. That's my degree. We all have to take it along with corporate law, all kinds of programs to complete that degree. This is universal in Canada. Doesn't matter which institution you go to. Now, employment. How is it one Ralph Klein from Alberta, who everybody, you can look this up, he holds the record for the longest running and lowest unemployment rate in all of North America. You can't find a state that ran as low as Ralph Klein. Mexico, Canada, for the province of Alberta. He ran it the longest stretch, and he did that even when oil prices were in the dumps. We can argue about it all day long, but at the end of the day, the biggest lie told from Justin Trudeau and Aaron O'Toole, official opposition leader, meaning there is no platform for Canadians going forward in any kind of comprehensive employment plan that's going to alleviate Canadians or inflation, and here's why. Employment can fall into two categories. That's it. Never mind everything you hear, government employment, service sector versus primary sector. Primary sector is what generates wealth in this country. To get money, that means wealth. That means selling products. It means abroad, domestic, getting it out there, meaning physically trading something either for cash or a promise thereof, or promise of services or loans to be paid off. Many countries embark on this. Canada's wealth structure system comes from its overabundance of resources, i.e. primary sector. Ralph Klein held the lowest unemployment rate in all of North America for the longest time, with a super growth in primary sector. That's how he was able to control everything for Alberta and see prosperous wealth generation. We see the rest of Canada consume that in monumental equalization payments. Nevertheless, Alberta paid off its entire debt and produced absolutely monumentous surpluses. There wasn't whack loads of inflation going on. Wages moved up, but yet inflation wasn't a huge issue for Alberta. That's weird. They say inflation is tied to high wages when there's low unemployment. That is only true when you have an unbalance of service sector. That means the government borrows a mass amount of money or prints money, whichever way they do it, and then invests said money in service sector, creating service sector jobs. When you scale back primary sector and scale up service sector, you actually increase inflation. Well, you say, how is that? Because you need to print more money, collect more taxes, or else you borrow money from foreign countries or foreign institutions, which goes against the targets of the Bank of Canada. It undoes everything the Bank of Canada says, our Canadian government says, and our official opposition party says. They're liars. Aaron O'Toole says he's going to invest Canadian money, which we don't have the revenue, because he promises to scale back primary sector, bolster the service sector employment. That may lower unemployment, but at the cost of borrowing tremendous amounts of money or increasing taxes substantially. Because the reality at the end of the day, folks, 100% of the taxes on employees in the primary sector go into the Canadian system. Only 10% of service sector taxes actually go into the system. And that's really easy to explain. Service sector requires tax money. So, yes, those employees pay taxes, but you're only getting that small portion back because you had to invest tax dollars. If you don't invest tax dollars, you're actually financing, meaning borrowing from other countries or printing money. So Aaron O'Toole and Justin Trudeau are both manipulating inflation. Both platforms are completely dominant with high inflation, high debt deficits, and absolutely printing money. That's the only way to get it. Unless they're going to increase primary sector taxes by 20%, they can't do what they're going to say. They're both liars, and we're experiencing Justin Trudeau right now. And Aaron O'Toole, without any kind of primary sector increases, as he promises 1 million subsidized housing, twice as much as the NDP party, meaning Aaron O'Toole is going more socialist than the proposed NDP plan. How is that even possible? How is that even remotely close to fiscal conservatism? The answer is it isn't, ladies and gentlemen. The first class is raping you, and absolutely, if they don't rape you up front, they're going to lobotomize and destroy all of the children of today and the children to come. Complete second world crisis. There are going to be 5 interest rate hikes starting possibly this winter yet. I am under the understanding that the pressure from the 3 main creditors in this world of the country who holds 64% of Canada's outstanding debts is going to pressure and make sure they raise it possibly by February. The reality is 5 incremental interest rates coming in 2022 for Canada, most likely. And there's nothing the Bank of Canada can do about it, as the Bank of Canada has lost all independence. It is the Crown Bank, insured by you, the public taxpayer. That means everybody who works for a living. Everybody. And absolutely all of those in the second class. Even if you're a contractor, a business owner, and you're a domestic Canadian business owner, you're paying. But no one more so than absolutely the third class. And when you take that third class and you predominantly finance service sector jobs, you reduce revenue from the government, meaning you are creating inflation. We need primary sector jobs, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the story. And if you don't have a party that plans to do what Ralph Klein did, who also holds the record of increasing health services, just one in the country of Canada, holds the record in North America for expanding health services at the same pace as primary sector, which was platform of Ralph Klein, the late Ralph Klein, Alberta. Anyone can look at this. This is real economics. Anyone who won't tell you this is of that first class, looking to destroy you, your family, and absolutely all the children to come in Canada. Don't be fooled. Get schooled. Lots here, very credible. In reality, you'll have a hard time finding any legitimate economist to dismiss this, because it's true, at least for the country of Canada, in Canada's class structure, colonial class structure, in its taxation laws, in its system, as it is. That's a fact. Bye now, everybody. Enjoy your day. Maybe we'll do a video tonight. I have another topic, but that'll have to wait. Bye now.